Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of The Road to Doomsday, our rewatch podcast where we go through the entire filmography of the Marvel Cinematic Universe while we approach the release of Avengers Doomsday. I am your host, Francesco, and I am joined by Trevor Evans.
Hey.
And Connor Mercer.
Yo.
And we just watched The Incredible Hulk 2008, and I just gotta say, Hulk is such a cool character.
I love Hulk.
If there's anything you can take away from this movie, it's that he is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But
Such a cool character in general.
But the movie, well, maybe we can have a discussion about that.
It's got high points, it's got low points.
Yeah.
100%.
But I don't know. Me personally, I think I've seen this movie maybe once or twice before, but I just didn't vibe with it this time.
I think this is exactly my third time seeing it, maybe my fourth. You've probably seen it a million times, right?
I've seen this one. Since we're still in the beginning of the universe, so I've seen the beginning ones way too many times. Right. So I don't have a account for you guys for this one.
I think the weird part is because I watched Iron Man first. You know what I mean? Like, that movie is really good.
Yes.
Especially at establishing character and building Tony's world, basically. Mm-hmm. And the Incredible Hulk, it pushes you into it in the middle of it.
Yeah.
He's already Hulk at this point. He's on the run for 5 years, I think.
Well, yeah, but they had just...
They
had just come out like 5 years earlier with the Ang Lee Hulk,
right.
And I think the actual explanation they gave, it may have been Kevin Feige, but someone said, everyone knows the origin story. We just had a movie, and everyone's seen the TV show, so we're just going to jump into it.
Right.
That was like the official explanation as far as I can remember.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like...
they kind of gave us his origin.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't like the full movie.
I know,
I think what they gave was enough.
It was like just like a flip book of like...
It was like the Raimi movies. That's what I wrote down. I was watching it. Like, Spider-Man movies, they play pictures of like the first movie or the one prior and like the intro. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't vibe with this one. At least not to the extent I kind of wish I would.
Yeah.
I was trying to like it way more than I ended up. Yeah. Because I've been going into all of these. I know we're only
all two of them.
But I've been trying to keep a really positive outlook, and
you're gonna need to hold on to that when we get to phase 6. I'm telling you.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna be holding on to it this entire time. That's like my goal for this is just to keep a positive attitude. So I went in with a super positive attitude, and in the beginning I'm like, oh, that's cool, the whole flip book thing. We had his whole story, and the whole beginning of the movie is just basically just that intro of the credits rolling, and it's pretty long. I thought it was way longer than I remembered it being. So I was basically just like trying to find everything cool about it this go through.
Well, speaking of going through, let's kind of go through the plot.
Yeah.
So the movie opens up with Bruce in Brazil, obviously on the run from General Ross and the army. Everybody.
Basically everybody.
He is a fugitive of the United States for stealing the Hulk, which is himself. So
he stole himself.
Well, that's the official story. That he stole government property.
Yeah.
So he's working at the Pingo Doce bottling factory. I hope I said that right, but it is a bottling factory for a soda of sorts.
A very green soda.
On brand. And he's a IT guy, kind of fixes
he's
thing.
like a fixer-up kind of dude.
But it's
like
informal.
Helps out.
He's not like that's...
he's not on payroll.
He's not on the payroll.
Yeah.
He helps with electronics. He just basically helps out everywhere he can.
I suspect he started as like just another factory worker, and then like something broke, and he's like, "Oh, I can fix that," and that just kind of how that started. But he's definitely a very informal, not on the payroll like they said.
So yeah, we see day in the life of Bruce before anything really goes wrong. Because I don't remember the exact number, but it's been a long time since he's hulked out.
It had been at least a year.
158.
It was 158.
It was less. It was definitely less than a year. It was 100-something days. I'm pretty sure.
It was.
I thought it was 400.
It could have been 148. I'm trying to really hard, but I know it's one.
God, I thought it was 400.
No, it's not 400. No. I know it's not over a year.
Yeah, so
it was like 158 or 156 or something like that.
Yeah, so it was a day in the life of Bruce. We see him meditating with some guy.
He's helping him control his anger.
Yeah,
he needs that. He needs to control his pulse, dude. He gets over 200, he hulks out.
The heart rate monitor, of course.
Yeah, that was like, oh, cool. We don't see that at all anymore. That was one of the things that I found really cool throughout the movie, that he kept going back to the heart rate thing.
It was that tension of it.
Yeah, and the attention of the
because this whole movie is really about him not wanting to Hulk.
Yeah.
He hates Hulk.
He wants to get rid of it. He literally says, I don't want to control it. I want to get rid of it.
Yeah. Which
something he says.
We'll get to a bit later on.
Just for the record, I looked it up. You guys were right. I was wrong. I apologize.
You're not the historian. It's
I'm
okay.
not the historian. I swear to God, I thought it said 400 at some point.
I don't know. I know it goes down from there.
I don't think it ever says 4 in the beginning.
I don't know where I got it from. I just maybe
it
it
says
was 31 one of the other digits.
at the end. It says there's one other time they show it. Shoot, I can't remember.
After the first transformation, it just drops down to 1.
Yeah, no, that's the first time they show it. They show it again in the middle of the movie, and then they do it again at the end of the movie. I can't remember that.
I have some of it written down,
but
I'll get to it as we get through the plot.
Yes.
So again, back at the bottling factory, he kind of has a bit of a rivalry with some bullies.
Yeah, the gang leader.
I wrote him as bald guy. Bald guy and his goons.
Bald guy gang leader.
So there's a bit of a kerfuffle there, but ultimately the biggest thing that happens in this first piece of the story.
You don't want me when I'm hungry.
A little bit of blood.
Yes.
Gets in the bottles and is shipped off to the U.S. to an unfortunate victim.
Stanley.
Stanley.
Poor
Is this
Stanley.
his most narrative focused role of all the cameos?
Probably,
at least the Marvel
because
ones.
without that happening, they wouldn't have known he was in Brazil.
Yeah, because it was a cameo, but it was also
a cameo,
narratively important.
Yes, it was quite important to the story of how did they know he was in Brazil. Oh, this person had gamma poisoning
From a soda.
Which
doesn't happen.
Exactly.
It's a bit irregular.
Yes.
One thing I noticed is that when he cuts himself, he uses super glue.
Yes.
Like he's so
Immediately,
paranoid about letting his blood, and we obviously know why, but he's just so determined to not let stuff like that happen that he's got super glue on standby for his cuts. That's got to be really uncomfortable.
Yeah. He literally shut the whole thing down just to wipe up a speck of blood. You know, he's like, stop it!
I'm going to be real, though. I wouldn't want anyone's blood in my soda.
Yeah, especially not a gamma
I drink like a Coke Zero and I just turn into the Hulk.
So yeah, that happens. Well, that's a little bit later. But before that, we meet Mr. Blue and Mr. Green. Obviously, Mr. Green is Hulk or Bruce Banner, but
Absolutely.
Mr. Blue is this. They're online DMing each other across the world, he's trying to find a cure, basically.
Yeah, he's trying to cure himself. Yeah. Will this cure me?
Yeah.
The flower, right?
Yes, he uses the whole flower and it doesn't work.
It's
about a flower. Then eventually he sends him a blood sample. That's kind of how
I love when movies do. I love when movies do like a whole little science thing. You know, like the whole little like cutting the flower, putting it through the vials, doing the whole chemistry.
I've been telling him to watch Breaking Bad for weeks.
This is true.
That's the whole show.
Fair enough.
There's no superheroes in it.
But exactly.
Walter White.
No one. Yeah, but he doesn't ever like grow big and green and punch through whole like walls and
His
stuff. Like it's
superpower
nothing.
is science. Come on. He's giving me a look.
His superpower is being a criminal.
Yeah.
Because he has cancer or something like that?
He's like, I have cancer. I have to sell meth to make money.
Yeah, something. Yeah, it was like.
And it's the best show ever made.
Interesting. It's such a. Anyway, we're getting super off topic. Let's get back to the Hulk. I want to talk about the Hulk, not chemistry.
So anyway, Bruce Banner makes some math.
Yes. That doesn't cure him.
Unfortunately.
I wished it was like, oh, I can't get high. So he makes a concoction. Like, you know, like, because you can totally misinterpret their conversation of, will this work? Like, will this get me high?
The subtext of it.
Yeah,
I'm still on the floor. Your flower didn't work.
Yeah. I'm not seeing any space here.
So after their conversation, the Stan Lee stuff happens with the gamma poisoning, and we meet General Ross, who is not explicitly mentioned as General, but it's kind of just like inferred. It's kind of said more prominently later on.
Yeah.
That's just a weird thing I noticed.
We know he's a very high-ranking military officer.
Yeah. Yes.
And that he's higher ranking. He's in charge of this specifically, and he's higher ranking than he was in the flashback. when he witnessed the experiment gone horribly wrong.
Yes.
So General Ross finds out about this gamma poisoning, and he knows, oh, that's my boy Bruce. I gotta go get him. So they put up a last-minute team together, and we meet Emil Blonsky, this super crazy Russian English.
He's kind of chill at first. Kinda.
He's just kind of a guy on a mission. Like, he's intense, but he's not like...
He's intense, but like he's on a mission, and he's like, I mean business. I'm gonna complete my mission. And then he goes just wild with power once he sees it.
Well, does that really start when he sees... I mean, it starts when he sees the Hulk. But does it really start until... I kind of feel like it doesn't really kick in until he gets the first dose.
I think it's like a steroid sort of thing.
What I think is he goes to Ross and he's like, normally I do a mission, it goes bad, I duck out, I don't come back, I go on to a next mission. But this mission, he sees Hulk, he sees the power of Hulk, and he's like, dude, I'm staying. I want to see what this goes.
If want to see where this goes.
Yeah, if you're creating monsters, why can't I? You know. So I think it plants the idea, that first meeting, in his mind of, oh, power, and he wants more to do with this power because it's like he's never seen anything like it before. He's never seen and nothing in the world has been like this before. He's been on regular missions, shooting guns, and people falling over.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. He's shooting this giant green monster, and it's still attacking his men. You know what I mean? So I think that puts a pretty big power scale in his mind, and that kind of seeps into the next of getting the dose and then becoming even more crazed about power.
So let me ask you this. I have my opinion. Do you think if he was never given the opportunity of that first dose, would he have escalated nearly as much?
He wouldn't have been as crazy. I think the dose definitely helped him become mentally insane.
Yeah.
I think I think he was perfectly fine without it, and he was power hungry, maybe, but he wasn't crazy until he had the dose.
I suspect, and I am agreeing with you, I suspect that if that had never happened and he stuck with the program anyway, he probably would have just been like a Ross in the field. Like, he's obsessed with the Hulk, but he's not really trying to be the Hulk.
Yes. There is possibility for like him going into the because he says he's a fighter himself in one of the scenes, that he's a fighter. He wants to fight. With Ross, he's talking about, I don't want to retire. I'm 39, but I'm a fighter. I'm going to fight till I'm going to fight. So I feel like he wouldn't get to the age that Ross would be. He would probably become a super soldier in between.
You do think that's inevitable?
I think he will eventually. Yes. I feel it might not, if he wasn't given that first injection, I think it would have just happened a little later down the line.
Yeah. A little later or a lot later? Because, I mean, the next time that it becomes feasible in universe is like at least a decade, isn't it? When do we see the return of the super soldier serum? We see it in Captain America, obviously.
I think it's Winter Soldier.
But those are all in Russia. Those are frozen in an abandoned Russian base.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the first time
that happened because of Steve Rogers.
Yeah. So I mean, the next time we see the accessible super soldier serum in universe is like 20 years down the road in like Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I think he still would have done it.
I still think.
Would he have lived to that point if he's?
Well, it's not about him living. It's about him wanting to do it.
Exactly. I think he might have been like. How do I like?
He would have been determined enough.
Yeah, to perpetuate. That's the word I was looking for. Perpetuate the experiments. Like get the ball moving again. Find out about the super soldier serum and let's get that project back up and running, kind of situation.
Maybe.
Right. Like, oh, this camera thing was happening. Let's get this project back up. Him and Ross talk about all the other projects. Ross lets him know about all these other projects that they tried to do that failed, and he was like, there's one that may be successful, is like small chance or something like that. So like, yes, I think down the line in the future, he would perpetuate the return of the serum to answer your question.
Just for him.
Yes. Well, yeah, of course he's gonna. Yeah. As soon as he got the power, he was like, Ross.
So we jumped ahead a bit, but let's we'll just keep it rolling. So obviously the confrontation at the bottling factory, Emil Blonsky sees Hulk. And this is the first time we see Hulk, sort of. He's kind of in the shadows for a lot of it. But
it's the first time that it's not like a POV. Like the flashbacks.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time you see him in action doing things.
You see a shadowy big figure in the distance.
And I can't lie. Hulk.
It's a great scene.
So cool. I cannot overstate how cool Hulk is and just how much I missed him in this form specifically.
Oh, yeah.
That
Savage Hulk. Well, he's basically like he's a 5-year-old baby, right? Because I'm part of the people that Hulk hasn't existed until this moment. So he's like a little child. And, savage.
Now, something I do want to note about this scene, I may be wrong about this, but he says, "Leave me alone."
Yes!
I had subtitles on, he says that.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, wait, he talked in like the first...
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't remember that.
And it wasn't even like in the third person way of like he normally does. It's kind of like straight sentence.
Straight direct to people. Like he was cognizant and knew.
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone.
That was pretty cool. I get it.
No, that was good. It was good. It was really good.
So yeah, the confrontation at the bottling factory, and Bruce kind of just scattles off to Guatemala. He's in the forest or the woods or whatever. He catches a ride with some guy, and they go to Mexico. But Blonsky is flabbergasted, as I put it, about the Hulk.
Oh yeah,
that's one way to put it.
So then after that, Bruce starts making his way back to the U.S. because he wants to go meet
Mr. He lost his laptop. He needs to go home. He needs the data.
The data, right. That's what I forgot to mention. Yes, because they need the data from the servers. Because Mr. Blue asked for the data specifically.
Yeah, he was like, I can help you, man. I just need this data. Yeah. And he's like, I don't have that data. It's at home.
So he goes back to the U.S. and it wrote... In 17 days, he made it to Virginia.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Well, he made it. I looked at a map. I actually paused the movie and looked at a map. Where did he start?
He was in Guatemala, then
to
Mexico, to Virginia.
No, before Guatemala.
Brazil.
So he goes in one night as Hulk, obviously, but he goes from Brazil to Guatemala. That's like halfway to Mexico on a map. Mm-hmm. So... And he's obviously been doing this for a long time. He knows the ropes. Waking up in random places, traveling.
Well, there is that scene in the beginning where you get that day. Not that day.
The timer, the clock, the day clock.
Sorry, my mind fried. What I was trying to say was you see him begging again.
That's right.
Yes. You get to see him actually begging and earning money for new clothes in a market, and then
he needs some stretchy pants.
Yeah, he got some stretchy pants. Sorry, I know you just totally cut you off.
That's a good point. But I mean, the number was like 17, right?
17 days.
I remember thinking that
17 days without incident.
I remember thinking that was crazy, but not like unbelievable crazy. Like he's been doing this for long enough. He's got to be an expert at hitchhiking at this point.
Yeah.
Now, did either of you notice, I've seen a couple episodes of the show from the 70s, and I hope I'm not wrong when I say this. It sounded like during that scene they played that theme song.
I do not know. I'm going to be honest.
Because the credits in the original show is him hitchhiking. They have a specific song, like the credits theme, and he's hitchhiking, and that's the credits.
Well, that would be
and I should have looked it up, but I suspect that they played that credits theme during that scene with him making his way up to Mexico and then the U.S.
I mean, yeah, I'd believe it, but there's also another reference we'll get to a little later concerning the TV show.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Of course. So obviously he makes it to Virginia and goes to Culver University to see Dr. Elizabeth Ross, who was obviously at the experiment when everything went wrong. And spoilers, General Ross's daughter. I did want to note this down. He's not really a major character till maybe a little later, but I don't even know his name. I called him Phil Dunphy from Modern Family.
Oh, yes!
Betty's boyfriend.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
I knew him
like
from
two scenes, but
I don't remember his name. I don't know if they ever said his name, but
No, they did.
They said it like once.
Yeah.
I wrote in my notes, he's Phil Dunphy.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
it's
way too
hard
snotty.
I
not
think
to-
the pizza guy says his name the one time, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a note of that. But obviously, then he goes to Stanley's Pizza Parlor, which I guess was a spot for him and Betty to hang out in.
It must have been a pretty important spot to
Yeah.
him because he was welcomed with open arms.
Yeah.
They
Quite literally closed, knocks on the door, and he's like, "Oh shoot, yeah, come on in."
So then from there, he takes some refuge in, I guess, the upstairs area,
Yes,
and he
spare
gets
bedroom.
a pizza delivery job.
Yeah,
which is
basically.
fun.
Well, does he get a?
I don't
pizza
think he
delivery
got a
job?
job. I think he used it
That's
as
a very
disguise.
the disguise
Yeah.
to get onto campus because
Yes.
he couldn't get in.
Yeah.
And that's where we meet the security guard, played by Lou Ferrigno, the original TV Hulk, back in what year was it?
It was the mid '70s to late '80s.
There we go. Yeah, you guys ever watch that show?
I've seen a couple
I
episodes.
didn't, but I recognized.
I
it.
know
want
of
to
it, yeah.
because the show ends with a TV movie trilogy, and there's like two of them are crossovers. One of them is Daredevil of all people, and one of them is who's the other one? Thor. The first one is Thor, and the second one is Daredevil.
Interesting.
That's
And-
a
Yeah,
that's a whole other universe.
and that's
in
like a
itself.
like a trilogy of TV movies. So it's like I want to see those, but I have to see the show first.
Yeah.
So I've seen a couple episodes.
I
of
just
the
thought it was a sweet cameo.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was really good. It
Yeah.
was
show.
like,
He's got more screen time than Stan Lee deserved. He also voices the Hulk.
yeah, I think he
Yes.
still is the voice, like
Yes.
the,
I
like
don't
the
know
roars
if,
of Hulk.
I don't know if that's the case anymore, but
yeah,
he was
I
up
think
to at
Ruffalo
least
took over.
he was up to at least Age of Ultron, as far as I can remember.
Yeah,
He was-
I
he was the
believe
voice
you're
at
correct
that
on
point.
that.
I mean, get that
But
bag.
eventually, I believe Mark Ruffalo. They did sort of a like kind of transition. So like they had him right, and
He was the
then-
roars,
He
and
was
then
the roars, and
Mark
then
Ruffalo
Ruffalo did
Dialogue.
the dialogue of Grow, and then
Puny God.
yeah, exactly.
that.
Stuff like that, and then I believe now it is just Mark Ruffalo.
If I'm remembering correctly, Ragnarok was the first one where it was just Mark Ruffalo because he's also
Yes.
talking. He's Hulk talking.
Yes,
like, as a
yeah.
character.
Yeah, there's
in
no
Ragnarok.
really like rumbling or grumbling. Hey, there's a little bit, but not.
That's more this movie.
Yeah,
he has very few
exactly,
lines.
yeah.
You probably count him on how many times he speaks on your hands.
It's like 4 times or something like that.
So yeah, that was a fun little cameo. But obviously, he goes to the school. He looks on the computer, and the data's gone.
Gone. Not even him. is
Stole
left.
him.
Every trace of his experiment, his identity,
Even
I guess,
him, yeah.
Completely
Bruce Banner
wiped.
wiped.
Like it was never there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big problem.
Yeah, he's like, it's gone, dude. He takes to Mr. Blue, right? He's like, it's gone. He's like, what do you have? What do we do now? And he's like,
Just
I gotta
keep on
keep
moving.
moving. Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, there's nothing to do. There's like,
So then he heads back to the pizza parlor, which incidentally, Betty and Phil are also going to the pizza parlor just
Yep.
can't to hang out.
Yeah, 'cause
And almost
it's
in like a
Betty's
way
spot.
of seeing like a ghost. Betty sees Bruce for the first time in
Yeah.
probably 5 or so years. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been.
And she chases him out, but he's gone
He's gone. Like it
in
was
the
a
alleyway
ghost.
or whatever.
He's hiding behind the dumpster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut to him walking on the highway in the rain. It's
Yeah.
like
Pouring rain.
He's
Yeah.
hitchhiking.
Yeah, he's hitchhiking in the rain. And then we get the super cliche moment.
It was a little goofy.
I was like, oh my God, can we get any more cliche?
Get out of the rain.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, just kiss already. Go back in the car and like go.
So yeah, they have a reunion, and she takes him back to his place.
Her place.
Her place, sorry. He doesn't have a place.
He doesn't
anymore.
have a place anymore.
She's not going back to
Oh,
Brazil.
that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
But it's revealed that she has a copy of the data.
Yes.
Like on a flash drive or
She
something.
took it before they were able to
Specifically
wipe it.
hoping that one day he'd get it and use it to help himself.
Yes. Can I just say, was anyone else annoyed by her speech?
She's very
Her,
whispery.
yes.
She's
Her-
there
Which
are,
is
there
very
are parts
funny.
where she's a good actress and there are parts where
Yes.
she's
Oh my
kind
God. When
of
she
off.
finds her voice, it is like the best parts of the movies. At the end, when she's screaming,
Yes.
it's the best moment.
I thought that was
when
so
she
I
funny.
haven't
finds
seen
her
such
voice.
a gap between
it's
like
so
skill
good. Yeah.
and the same actor.
But every time, oh my God, it took me out of every scene that she was just like
she was very whispery.
whispery. Like, oh my God, it took me so out of it. Yeah.
I have to keep moving.
I have to keep even in the serious moments. It would be like, wow, like
I can't believe
Yeah, really. I'm like, what is... use your diaphragm. Speak, please. Sorry, that really annoyed me from an acting standpoint.
I understand what they were trying to do, but they didn't succeed.
Yes. Like, you can have a softer tone and be, like, soft and how they wanted her character without being whispery. Like, it is totally possible.
That's just
Tobey Maguire was really good at that.
Yes.
So yeah, then we get to Blonsky taking the old serum right after that.
Yep.
So this is and interestingly,
The first injection.
the first mention of super soldier serum.
Yes.
In the MCU.
Yes, that is true.
Which obviously belongs to another famous hero that we'll get to in a couple movies from now. But
Daredevil!
of course. Yeah, and the device it's in is like loaded with like Stark Industries logos and whatnot.
yeah.
I just love the little bit of world building with that
Yeah.
type of stuff.
So there's something I noticed with that. In Captain America, which we will get to in a couple of weeks, I just lost my train of thought. Obviously, that's 1940s equipment. That's 1940s hardware. And the stuff that we see in The Incredible Hulk isn't 1940s hardware. Realistically, when they were making the movie, they didn't think of it. But I like to think that in universe, they kept trying for decades with obviously no success. I don't know if I can't remember if they said that it was a revived program when they did the Hulk stuff, or if it had just never ended.
Yeah.
But that equipment that they used, even though it hadn't been used in a couple years at that point, it was definitely
a restart,
way
by the
newer.
way. Yeah, I was gonna say,
and that did have Stark logos
they
on it.
restarted it, and then Banner did the gamma experience.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
He was like, the gamma radiation is going to be the key to the super serum, 100%.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, so super soldier stuff, and Emil takes the super soldier shot.
Yeah,
Begins
one
his-
into the muscle and one into the bone. And then you hear that bone crack.
That sounded
lovely.
painful.
It was like, and then you saw his face. Oh, getting shivers just thinking about it again.
That all happens, and then turns the next day. Bruce is back at the university.
Yes.
Do they ever say why? He just kind of is. Him and Betty are both like there. I don't know why. But
Bus station. It was
Oh,
like,
right.
Yeah, she was
Let
like,
me
can I
walk
take you to the bus?
Can I walk you to the bus station at least? Okay.
But obviously, coming out into the public like this for U.S. fugitive is not a good idea.
Yeah, no.
Thankfully, they had a big open battlefield.
You were literally ready to go.
To go.
Damn it! 3 more minutes and the snipers would have been there, as Ross said.
So
I'm like, wow, yeah, totally.
The army versus Bruce is
Yep.
what I have written here, and that's basically what happens. I mean,
Now she'll see the monster in him. And then
Speaking of the
she's like,
sniper thing, would they have even been able? Obviously he can bleed as a human. Would that have hurt him? Like physically?
well, it would have been a trank. So yeah.
Well, they were trying to kill him too. They had actual guns. Like if he got
well,
shot,
once he was
after.
hulked out, I
Yeah.
think.
well, obviously when he's hulked out. But if Bruce Banner gets shot, he's not dead. He's definitely
No.
dead.
Well,
No.
we get to that at the end when he jumps out of the plane, sort of. If that might tie into what you're thinking there.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean, this is jumping ahead a couple movies, but Avengers, when we meet Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, he literally says, I got to a low point. I tried to put a bullet in my mouth and the other guy spit it out.
See, but here's the thing about that. That was a direct reference to a deleted scene from this movie where he tries to kill himself. It's a POV, and before he even pulls the trigger, he turns into the Hulk. And I think what they were going for with that is that the heart rate thing before he could do it. So obviously, I'm not saying Bruce Banner could get shot and die. Would he? How much would that have would he have bled and then healed? Would it have just done nothing?
It would
His
probably
finger
been
could get
like
cut, but how bad would a shot to Bruce Banner be?
Well, it probably would spike his heart rate, and then he'd probably immediately Hulk out, and then immediately heal. So he'd probably feel pain for maybe a fraction of a second.
And then everything afterwards would be a million times worse.
Exactly. Literally. It's like he'll feel it and then shoot, and then he's all hulking out, you know? That's what I think would happen. But I believe it would have been a trank at that point, so I think it would have just put him to sleep.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if Ross had trank snipers and actual snipers. I
Yeah.
would not be surprised.
Well, Probably
he
both.
knows the power of the Hulk.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, he saw it firsthand.
Yeah, Ross and now Emil Blonsky,
Yeah.
who's now super soldiered up, running super fast across the field.
Yeah,
and
as far as we're aware, he's the first super soldier maybe since who do they have in freaking Thunderbolts? Red Guardian? That was like the 50s or 60s. He's probably the first one since that amount of time in the universe.
That worked.
Yeah,
the
that
serum
worked and is in like a secret lab or in a secret
like
program.
I mean, even in general. I mean, the
so.
super soldiers from Civil War were already super soldiers for decades at that point.
True.
So like, there's probably
so you mean like
gap.
new, like brand
spanking new.
Gotcha.
Since like in universe like 50 years.
I think you're right about. I'm trying to think, and I can't, because
I mean, not including the Hulk, who I guess you could kind of make the case is a super soldier, but like a strictly super soldier. Yeah. He's like the first one in universe in 50 years.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right.
All he had to do was not take more, and he would have been a legend. That's hubris.
Well, he wanted more.
Yeah, but that's hubris.
Well, we'll get to what happens to him at the end of this fight.
He could have been Captain Britain.
Yeah, they chase Bruce around. He eats the
hard
flash
drive
drive
to keep it safe.
Yes,
so it doesn't break or blow up or anything.
They corner him in like the overpass, and he sees Betty get like pushed to the ground or something,
and that's what pushes him over the edge.
First they put like sleeping gas in there, and that probably irritates him. So that probably gets him going, especially the heart rate. And then when he's up against the glass, he sees because Betty rushes forward and is like, no! Yeah, and they tackle her, and then he's like, and then,
and then we
green eyes.
Our second hulking out of the movie.
And we get to see him in all of his glory this time in bright sunlight.
You know what's crazy is that, like, the movie itself has low points, but every scene with the Hulk is fucking awesome. All of them.
The only thing I will say about it is I don't like his design.
Yeah.
I think he's too veiny.
I think you're just too used to the Ruffalo design. Because I think it's supposed to be what's his name? Edward Norton. I think it's supposed to be if Edward Norton looked like the Hulk, and they had to change that for Mark Ruffalo. But they sculpted the Hulk's head in the Avengers based off of Mark Ruffalo's real life head. So like,
I don't think different the face. Is the face what you're talking about?
Head and face, yes.
Head and face. Because I'm not talking about his head and face when I say I don't like the design.
Well, I mean, I don't really notice a huge difference between like the two bodies in.
It's mostly color and veiny and texture. That's what I'm talking about.
I want to say, I mean, the Hulk I'm picturing right now is from Ragnarok. He's a little leaner than this Hulk. This Hulk's very wide, I think.
He does. I think, like, especially in the ending, his hands look really large and misproportionate.
Kind of like gorilla-esque.
Yeah.
I think. But maybe. I might just be nitpicking, but
it could just be the CGI of the time.
See, the most recent Hulks that we're thinking of is Smart Hulk and Ragnarok, and in Ragnarok, his design's been very sanitized.
Yeah.
That may sound not disrespectful, but it may sound like lesser. I'm saying it's lesser. I'm not. But it is very like sanitized compared to even like Avengers 1.
What do you mean by sanitized?
I don't know how to explain it. He's more in Ragnarok.
Smart Hulk is less of a like savage. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that too, but like just the physical design is cleaner.
Aesthetically pleasing, maybe.
That too.
Smoother?
Yeah,
I like
smoother.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, yeah, I mean,
like every movie, he gets less veiny and less and more smooth.
Well, I wasn't the big. I mean, the green veins in the beginning I liked. But then he just was so dark and like, you know when you bunch up a shirt and you get those like ridges?
Yeah.
It looked like that was his skin. And I was like, So like those are the things that I'm talking about when I say I'm not like overly fond about that design. But I think the head was fine. I liked the green teeth. I thought that was a nice touch, but... The shaggy head of hair, like...
It was mainly the color. It was very dark green.
Very much the color and texture is what I was talking about.
I think I'll agree on color and respectfully disagree on everything else.
That's fair, yeah.
You're both wrong!
No, you're wrong!
No, I can't hear you. La, la, la.
So, obviously, Hulk's out on this battlefield, and it's interesting, you don't typically think Hulk uses weapons, but he like tears tanks apart, uses them as like shields and stuff. It is so cool.
This is also a little bit of a difference, but in the newer movies, a lot of buildings and stuff break around them, right? In this, it is very much like he grabbed it and he peeled it off, you know, and only where like the hinges where it was breaking was breaking. He ripped it down, or like with the police car, it kind of like cut.
Like it doesn't disintegrate. It looks like it's been pulled apart.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was interesting difference as well from now to then.
The fight ends with Emil trying to size up Hulk, like, "Hey man,
Just so stupid.
I'll take you down," and then one kick in the chest.
All of his bones disintegrate. Like
Then they literally say that. Like gravel.
It looks
they say
like
it's gravel.
Yeah. Which just makes his recovery even more impressive and super Serum soldier-esque, you know? Because you see after Ross has been told that all his bones gravel and walks away, and he's like, oh, you see his hand move.
He clenches
You're
the
like,
fist.
oh, if his bones are gravel, how did his hand move? Because he's healing.
Because he's the Abomination.
Yes.
Marvel's The Abomination coming to a theater near you.
Oh my god.
So
He's him.
some stuff happens. Betty ends up in the field with Hulk, and
They start making their way up to New York from Virginia. She has to sell the necklace for money for the truck. He throws out the credit cards and stuff. Yeah. They keep going up.
I will.
That's pretty
That's
much it.
before this, isn't it?
That's a little after this.
No, that is after this.
I do want to know.
No,
now
that
Betty's
is
with
yeah,
him.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Hulk leaves with Betty from the battlefield.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Yes.
and before
Sorry.
they're on the run.
Before they're on the run. Sorry, yes.
the
We didn't
general
finish
comes
the.
Yeah, he takes her off to the mountains.
Yeah.
and
Well, we should say the reason Hulk takes
That's
her
right.
off to the mountains
because the
is
helicopter
because-
almost crashes on
Yes,
her, and he covers her.
He had just beaten the 2 sound wave cars. He had just beaten those, and a big shooter gun is coming, and Ross is like, "Fire, damn it!"
And then his daughter runs out onto the field.
Runs
He's
out.
like,
on
oh
the
my
field.
god,
He's
no,
like,
wait a
"Don't
minute,
fire."
no.
And then he's like, "Don't fire," with his mic all the way down by his side, not talking into it. And I'm like, yes, they're gonna totally hear you yelling that. And then the helicopter, the Hulk throws something, right? Something happens.
One of the pieces that he used to break the sound wave
Yes,
car.
yes, he
He
throws
throws
it
that at
the helicopter,
gunship.
and it comes crashing down, and he has to shield her from the
yeah,
crash.
and she's, like,
because
passed
she's
out or
right next to
something.
him at this point,
which causes
yes.
her to pass out or get knocked
Well,
out.
a
for
giant
bit.
explosion's happening
I'm
around
saying.
you,
and then he
like-
takes her away.
Yes,
And then he
to the
gives the
mountains.
general like a disgusted, disappointed look.
Yep.
You don't want that from the
You
Hulk.
don't want that
Nope.
from the Hulk.
He's like, really? You just did that? You put your daughter in danger? Come on.
And I think it's interesting in this movie, which in comparison to some of the other ones, especially Ragnarok, is how connected Bruce and Hulk are.
Yeah.
They are kind of one and the same in this moment specifically because they both care about Betty now.
Yeah.
Obviously, Hulk never probably met Betty as much
No,
as
but
Bruce
he feels
has.
the intense feelings
Yes.
that Bruce has felt for her.
And I think that's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember much about Avengers, maybe much as you do, but I don't know how much of that.
Well, in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that relationship between Bruce and Hulk remains. 'Cause I know in Ragnarok it's opposite of this movie, basically, because Hulk and Bruce are very
Like
separate.
they completely reach split personality
Yes.
at that point.
But in this movie, they're very connected.
Which is kind of funny because then he becomes Smart Hulk. So does that mean he killed the Hulk?
I don't want to talk about
Put him
Hulk.
down
I
like a
don't-
dog.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. When I'll give you my theories and thoughts on that later.
We're not here to talk about Smart Hulk.
Yeah,
Talk about
Smart
Savage.
Hulk isn't the topic.
Smart Hulk is lame. I do believe that. I do believe that it's not handled well. Now.
Okay, I'm gonna say it now. I can't hold back. What I believe Smart Hulk is Bruce Banner mind in the body of Hulk.
That's exactly what it is. That's not a
Yes.
theory. That's like
But then where does
explicitly
Hulk's
stated.
personality
Where's
go?
Hulk's mind?
Yeah.
Where's
You think
Bruce
they
Banner?
put the Hulk's mind in Bruce's body?
Yes.
No, he turned.
He doesn't transform in that. You don't
have to see him transforming into the Hulk to know that was Bruce Banner's body transformed into the Hulk's body.
Well,
that doesn't
I
mean
feel
he
like-
built a new Bruce
No,
Banner
no,
body
no.
or built a new Hulk body and then swapped minds with it.
I feel like the concept is the same.
So you think if he gets angry, he'll turn into a Bruce Banner who
Oh my
gets really
God.
pissed off?
No, okay, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying.
I think I am. Please continue.
Let me try and think of a different way of saying it. Like Thor Ragnarok, how Bruce Banner, when he finally gets back to turning into Bruce Banner, he goes, and he's telling Thor about it. He goes, this time it was different. This time Hulk had both hands on the wheel and I was locked in the trunk. I think it's like that, but the reverse. So Hulk is locked in the trunk. But it was an agreed.
That's what I said. I was joking when I said, "Do you think he killed the Hulk?" No, I'm pretty sure that's exactly.
But the thing about, I mean, I don't remember.
So then I misinterpreted you.
Well, I made a joke that included
that went over my head.
Just for the record, we both agree on what happened to the Hulk's mind.
Oh, okay then.
I'm
so then why am I saying this?
Because he killed the Hulk.
Ah!
Beautiful discussions on the podcast.
I'm sorry.
I've seen theories that if he gets really, really, really pissed off, he will still turn into the Hulk. Like maybe his body won't change, but he'll lose his mind and become the Hulk.
I feel like that's probably accurate.
The problem is it's been like 5 real world years and that hasn't happened yet.
Well, so brand new day. Who knows?
Yeah, any day. I mean, you can have long spurts without incidents and then still go back to incidents.
But I just hope that Marvel
he
could
went
forget about it.
158 days without an incident in the beginning of the movie.
I just hope Marvel does something.
Why can't he have gotten better at control and doing that and making it 5 years instead? I think it's plausible is all I'm saying.
Well, in universe, it's probably been like 7 now, right? Like, they didn't get farther apart. We talked about this a while ago. The timeline gap is shrinking in the newer movies. Like, I think they're in the year 2027 right now.
I believe
and the original time jump was 5 years after Infinity War, so that gap would have been 4 years. Yep. So it's been shrinking from 4 to 2.
We've been slowly creeping back into...
It's going to take so long for Secret Wars to come out that it's going to be like the real world year when we get there.
Oh my god.
Well, this isn't the road to Secret Wars.
Well, we're going to do an episode. We got it. We finished the Doomsday episode and we all just die of a simultaneous heart attack. That's how the podcast ends.
Oh no.
Speaking of heart attacks, Betty and Bruce begin their journey to New York.
Speaking of heart attacks?
Well...
I guess New York is that bad, yeah.
Oh my god. I think he was talking about the almost sex scene, but...
Oh, yeah!
Quite
I can't get too excited. Not even a little. No, I'm gonna kill you.
That's probably one of the funniest things.
Yeah, and then he leans down and then it's okay. That was my favorite part. The whole not even a little bit. No, lays down. It's okay.
Sorry, babe. I'm gonna Hulk out.
Sorry, I can't have Don't
what do you mean you stopped?
Insides out,
I gotta say that was a weird thing to include. It's really funny.
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, it shows how much like this takes over his life.
Yeah, it's like
he can't do anything.
Yeah, he can't do anything. The poor guy.
No, literally. I mean, I feel like it kind of is important because the whole time they're together, there's just all of this sexual tension between them the entire time before this point. So then when they finally start going at it, you're like, oh, finally.
And then he can't.
And then he can't. And then that's like the comedic moment of the whole thing. And you just go, ah.
Poor guy. It's not that he can't get it up. He said he doesn't want to. The poor guy doesn't
Hulk
want
says
to.
no.
Hulk
says no.
Hulk says no.
Hulk, the ultimate
you ever see
blocker.
that meme, I consent, I don't? Isn't there someone you forgot to ask? That's the Hulk.
Yeah.
Hulk says no. Isn't there someone you forgot to ask?
I need consent too.
So as that's all going down, Blonsky is fully recovered from that kick to the chest. He's up and at him. He's ready to go.
To Ross's very big surprise.
Yeah.
His surprise face when he walked in and saw him totally okay.
I mean, even I don't know if it was a nurse or the doctor, like standing in the corner, he was like, what the hell is going on?
Huh?
Yeah, it was one of the doctors. He hit him with like the whoa face.
Yeah, literally.
The audience can't see my bewildered expression, but you can imagine what the doctor looked like when Emil Blonsky went from like crumpled like sandpaper to standing and ready to go in like what, 2 days?
Yeah, it was very.
It was a very quick turnover. So then from there, Ross and the army are tracking both Betty and Bruce, which is why he throws away all the credit cards and the phones and whatnot. And interestingly, they work in cooperation with S.H.I.E.L.D. They specifically
I thought that was very interesting,
Yeah.
especially knowing what we know about the Avengers.
Yeah.
They explicitly state in the Avengers that Shield knows where he is, and they ignore him. They let him stay in hiding. And they also say in Avengers, they keep tabs on him, and they keep. What does Natasha say? That we keep other interested parties off your scent.
Yeah.
So I have to wonder what caused that shift. If it was always like that, or if maybe the battle at the end, they're like, okay, he's clearly not the bad guy.
100% the battle at the end of the movie is definitely what perpetrated that. Fine, go into hiding. We'll just keep an eye on you. Make sure nothing goes bad. That you don't, go on killing rampage like the Abomination just did. You know what I mean? Just, okay. And then we'll also help keep, other parties off you.
They probably kept Ross off his scent.
Probably, yeah. Probably.
I can't imagine he stopped looking.
No, probably
and then from there, during this part, we learn who Mr. Blue is.
Finally!
Mr. Samuel Stearns.
Yes.
Which, if any...
The good old college professor who tries to be a college student.
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds kind of odd, doesn't it?
He's very energetic.
But he's very energetic, and he does feel like he's trying to relate to, like...
Well, that's another way of phrasing it, isn't it?
Listen, I just thought he was just very energetic, and he was very, chill for a professor.
Yeah.
Shield's tracking them, the Army's tracking them, but eventually Betty and Bruce make it to New York. And we have the lovely cab driving scene.
Oh my god!
Great.
Yeah, you don't want me in a metal container in underground
the most
with
city on the planet.
Fine, we'll take a cab, and then immediately screech.
That's how I drive on the freeway, by the way.
Oh, God. I will never get behind a car.
Behind a car? No, you don't want to be in front of my car.
Jesus, I will never get behind the seat or in. I will never get in your car.
I think you were trying to say behind the wheel of my car, except I would be the one behind the wheel.
Yeah,
right? So
I think you're right.
He doesn't consent.
Yeah, it just
you don't consent.
Isn't there someone you forgot to ask? I haven't been able to drive to the store in 3 weeks because you keep saying no.
Oh, that's too funny.
Trevor, I want my fucking car back.
Nah.
So
Go back to the DMV. Get your license back.
So then from there, everyone meets up. Betty and Bruce meet Samuel Stearns at the college, and he brings them the data, and he's ready to get cured. Bruce wants to be done with this Hulk nonsense, and they strap him down this big machine.
But they stress that they don't know if it'll cure him or just incapacitate the Hulk that one time.
Yeah, Stern himself does not know if it'll completely cure him or if it will, in fact,
calm him down the one time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or kill him entirely, like Bruce.
Oh yeah, if there's too much,
like
no. If it's too much of a dose, it'll kill. If it's
not
too
enough,
little
the
of
Hulk
it,
will come out. They specifically say that even if they get the dosage right, they don't know if it will be a cure.
Just to repress that one.
That's the phrase they use. Yes.
So then we.
That's the word I was
repress
looking for.
The event.
Yeah.
So then we see him strapped down, and we see a ever so gracefully transforming on-screen CGI of Bruce Banner into the Hulk, which. Yeah.
There's the one part where he starts to get bigger, and Samuel Stearns is about to have the thing kick in, and then she's like, "No, wait, there's more." And he's like, you can see on his face, he's thinking, "There's more."
Yeah.
And then he grows like 3 times the size on the table, and then he starts the machine.
Yeah.
I mean, to that note, I think it's interesting now because obviously at this point it's only Iron Man as a superhero or as a other
that the public know about.
Yeah.
And that's still
it
a
was
guy in a
America
suit
80 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. So this was really a crazy
Samuel Stearns had no idea what to
with
expect.
super
He
powers.
saw him grow like the 1 foot bigger, and he's like,
And was
"Wow,
like, damn!"
And then there was like 15 feet more.
Yeah.
I think that's really interesting. I mean, not to bring DC too much into this, but obviously the new Superman movie has an established history of metahumans in civilization.
Generally speaking, in DC adaptations, they've been around for a while.
Yeah, so obviously the public isn't as crazy, like they're not like freaked out about that.
They're like, oh, this is normal. Yeah, that happens every day.
So I think everyone like either it's Emil or Stearns or whoever sees Hulk, it's like, oh my god, what is that thing?
Like if they had had like the 30 years of MCU history except the Hulk showed up at the end, people would be like, "Oh wow, that's kind of crazy."
Oh, we have another one.
Yeah.
Hey, look, he's bigger now.
So that was interesting. But then, obviously, as that's happening, the army's on their way. They know where Stearns is, and they assume Bruce is there, so they're coming.
They tracked the email that...
Because they took his laptop.
They took his laptop, found out the conversation was happening, but on their way to the way to New York to visit Stern, they sent Stern an email with the data from a computer, like a gas station computer or something, and then bought a truck and then drove up. And then that's where it was intercepted on Stern's end, I believe, because they read the email that was
with the help from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes, it went through the S.H.I.E.L.D. database. Basically.
So I have to wonder, what specifically do you think caused them to intercept that message? I originally thought it was because they had the chat logs and maybe the computer saw that the IDs matched. But I'm thinking about it now. Would they have put like a tracker on the data? Because, I mean, at the same time, she would have taken it before they got to it.
Well, would they have known she took it?
Exactly. So I'm not really sure.
I feel like they would have had like keywords or something.
Maybe.
Like who's searching up Gamma?
Like Mr. Green, Mr. Blue.
Yeah,
that was my search like keywords.
That was my first thought.
Definitely stuff like that. I don't think it was like... I don't think the drive itself was like bugged or tracked or something. I think it was like data stream. They were just tracking emails at large in general.
Well, obviously.
Communication in general. And then that one got sent through and then pinged because of the contents of it.
So to get back to the experiment, the procedure goes through and it seems like Hulk is gone.
Yeah.
It seems like
normal.
No more Hulk, which... end the movie at this point. I don't want to see Bruce. I want to see Hulk.
We just turn off the movie right here. Hulk's gone. Movie over.
That's how it ends. But
bada boom, bada bing.
Right.
But as that's happening, the army's right outside.
Yeah, right outside.
And Emil Blonsky, I believe, like jumps up the stairwell, bursts through the door, and he's like
against Ross's wishes.
And before that, Stern shows Bruce his gallery
of blood.
That's very
test
important.
Subjects. What do you mean test subjects?
He has duplicated his blood sample that he sent him in the beginning of the movie.
Thin it out. To
and
replicate
that
it.
Is not good. No. Very, very bad.
Very.
And then I think literally as Bruce is telling him, you got to burn all this stuff down, is when he gets tranquilized or shot down. Or
and then Blonsky kicks the door down.
Yeah,
because he was behind a wall the entire time, so the sniper
finally
didn't
moved forward enough.
And then he got shot with a sniper trank.
Not a sniper bullet.
Not a bullet.
They definitely had actual sniper bullets, like.
Oh, they definitely had them ready.
At all times.
They talked about switching to live fire at one point during one of the scenes. He was like, "We're gonna go with tranks first, and then if things get out of hand." It was the first time. Yeah. I don't think we mentioned it, so that's why I'm mentioning it.
Emil Blonsky comes in, he punches Bruce in the face. I want the Hulk.
Where is he? I
don't have him. Punches him out.
I'm sorry you said that. I'm thinking of that scene from The Dark Knight. Where is she?
Oh my god.
So Bruce is out and he turns to Stern. He's like, is this what I think it is? Is this a bunch of Hulk blood or whatever? He says something like that. Or like
he said, and there's something I noticed that I'd like to point out. So after that Bruce has been taken in custody, Blonsky comes back and he puts a gun to Stearns and it's like, I want what he has. And you can see on his face that he's like high. He's not even high. He's what's the word?
Like roided out.
Well, not even that.
He's shaking withdrawals.
Withdrawals. Thank you.
It looks like he's getting withdrawals.
It's like a drug to him. You can see it in his face, in the way he talks. He's like, it almost looks like he's struggling to stay on 2 feet. Then he gets it, and then he's, he probably 1,000% still wants more after that. But now that he's got what he wants.
Francisco was about to mention the moment before the moment you're talking about.
Okay, I'm sorry. But
I have to get into it. I know. And I didn't want to interrupt you because you were going off and I'm like, oh my God, but he's going so far into it.
Because the acting from Blonsky is fantastic on his face. He looks like a drug addict with withdrawals.
Yes.
And I noticed that immediately. I was like, oh my God, he's like desperate for the Hulk stuff.
And I think that's the archetype of this character in the movie. Like that's what he represents.
He wanted power in the beginning. He got his power. Then he needs it.
He doesn't just want it. He needs it.
Well, it's like painkillers. I mean, you saw what happened to him when Hulk kicked him. He was out. He should have been dead.
Yeah. 100%.
Super Soldier Serum saved him, and now he needs more of it. I mean, he literally needs more of it.
Yeah. Heart like an old racehorse or something like that.
So before he transforms, very interestingly, on what we were talking about earlier, Stearns makes a very important comment. Blonsky's asking him,
I don't know what you have in you already. The resulting mixture could be
an abomination. Yes.
But what I was going to say, he needs consent. He literally says, I need
consent.
I
need consent. I need informed consent, which you have clearly given.
Both parties consented.
It's crazy that we got to that meme without even thinking of this scene.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Is there someone you forgot to ask, Blonsky?
So then Blonsky gets Hulk roided up, as I quote it, and he turns into a literal abomination. The abomination.
And also to note, because it is important, in the struggle of becoming Abomination, he smacks Stein down. Stearns.
Yes.
Stein. Did I just call him Stein? Did
did.
I seriously
Samuel
just do this?
Stein?
Why did I do that?
There's a lot of characters.
Stern.
No one blames you.
Sorry. He gets smacked down and he's bleeding a little bit on his forehead.
There's an open wound on his forehead, and he's knocked into the shelf.
He's not knocked into it. He's knocked down onto the ground.
No, but
and
he's
blood.
pushed. That's his blood on his forehead at
Yes.
first, and he gets knocked into the shelf containing the Hulk blood.
I was getting there.
And
but
that's
yes.
what falls onto his open wound.
That's what I was getting to.
I'm sorry, I like this movie too.
You're just yoinking my
Yes, I am.
fucking thing. Oh, sorry. You're just yoinking everything I'm about to say right from under
Because
what
I
I'm
like
about
the
to say.
movie.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm literally about to try and say what you're saying.
I'm right, you're wrong. I can't hear you.
You're not wrong. It's the whole. It's the same. It's like batch 2048 of Hulk. There's 19.58% or whatever. I paused the movie to look. That's the only reason I know that. And it gets broken when he gets knocked into it, and then it's just slowly dripping down, and then you see it drip onto his forehead, and then his brain starts mushy and pulsating and growing, and then a big smirk.
But you know what, Trevor? Don't worry about that for another 20 years, okay? So we're going to leave Stearns.
Yeah, you're so right.
Think about that. 2008. Did the movie come out this year or last year?
This year.
In
Little less than
2025, I believe.
So yeah, it's 17 years. It's a crazy turnaround. One more year and it would have been able to...
He was just in hiding, guys. He was just biding his time, waiting for the perfect moment.
You're like we're not going to get into Captain America.
He was waiting for Ross to be the president.
Because he totally knew that as soon as it happened.
Come on. He had forethought after that big brain of
He
his
had the
big
power
brain.
of plot knowledge.
Exactly.
That's insane.
So now we have Stearns out for the count for the rest of the movie, but now we have an Abomination running around.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because obviously Bruce is arrested at this point. He's like in a helicopter.
You know,
They think it's the Hulk.
They think it's Hulk.
Is on his way to a prison or some lab to be experimented on or whatever.
But it's the Abomination, and he's running around
Killing people. It's like literally causing as much destruction as he can.
He's blowing up Harlem.
Destroying Harlem.
Yeah.
That's still putting it nicely.
Yeah.
I do want to note one thing. I guess this one soldier he fires an RPG and says "Booyah."
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
That was so
Fantastic.
2000s.
I was like, oh yeah. He was just like he held it. I was like, you can tell that was like a state-of-the-art new bazooka that they just handed out.
And they were like dying to use it on
dying
something.
to use it on something.
This is their lucky day. And then it doesn't work.
And then he catches it. And he shoots it. Abomination just catches it and bites down on it and blows up around him.
On that note, what do we think of Abomination, like design-wise?
Design-wise,
we talked about Hulk
definitely
a lot.
looked freaky.
He was so freaky.
I think he definitely looks worse than Hulk in this movie. Like
worse, like
CGI-wise.
Well,
his feet.
I wasn't looking at no toes.
No, there was this one moment where his foot looked like twice the size of it. Like, it was just bad.
I didn't notice that, but I'll take your word for it.
I've seen the movie so many times, dude. I gotta look at some.
Bros, look at the Abomination's feet.
God damn it, I'm gonna get so much slack. But like no, because like with the hands of the Hulk, you know how at that one moment they looked super stretchy at the end, like super big in comparison. The same thing for Abomination's feet in that one moment.
I just didn't look all too good. I mean, he looked fine.
He looked fine. I liked his chest and his ribs.
I like the bones.
The bones. I like
he
all
looked
the
like
bony
an
aspects.
Abomination.
Yes.
So if that's the design question, they did a good job on that because he looked like someone you didn't want to meet on the subway.
It's true. That is very, very true.
So
if I saw that thing with binoculars, I'd be shitting my pants.
That is true.
Binocular, I'd be like, you're still too close. Give me the Hubble telescope.
Give me the Hubble telescope. If I'm seeing that thing with the Hubble telescope, I'm going, what's further than that, the moon?
I was trying to think of the new one that can see even farther.
The James Webb.
Yes, that one. James Webb. And then even still, I'm not far enough away.
Put me on Jupiter.
Well, it is important to note that this, like, his serum is a mix. It's a mix of Hulk blood and this
attempted
super soldier serum, whatever it was in the beginning. So it's a cross between them. So it quite literally is, in all matters of everything, an abomination.
Yeah.
Scientifically, physically.
How do they come up with these names?
Right? And they took one look. I mean, how did Hulk get his name? One teenager or one college student saw the fight and called him, it was like a big Hulk, you know?
Say that again.
It's fantastic.
So eventually, General Ross off of the helicopter gets wind of this, seeing all his guys getting taken out by this Hulk-like creature, and obviously Bruce is right behind him. He's like, "Who the hell is that guy?"
Yeah.
So then eventually they come to an agreement, saying, "I gotta go fight." Bruce says, "I gotta go fight that thing. I'm the only one who could take it at this point."
Like you know, I'm the only one who can throw hands with that guy.
So then Bruce Fortnite jumps off the helicopter.
Where are we dropping, boys?
Yeah, quite literally, like just backs out, like woo.
I think it's interesting. At this point, he believes Hulk is gone.
Yeah.
Right?
He's not sure.
He's not sure. I feel like he is.
He's aware of the fact that this could kill him.
Yeah.
The fall will just kill him.
But he's in a hopeful set of mind of, I need this to work to save
people.
And it may be the first time ever that he wants to Hulk out.
Yeah, it is.
Important to note.
I think it is. I think it's very important to note that this is the first where he's not rejecting outright the Hulk. He's like, I kind of need the Hulk now.
Yeah.
What if I can... It's the first time he talks about channeling the Hulk's anger rather than just getting rid of the Hulk altogether.
So then we get to the final fight of the movie.
Yes, the big,
Hulk
big
versus
fight.
Abomination.
Great fight.
Okay, one last thing about the fall.
It looked like it hurt.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he hit the ground.
Also, I think he had to have been sort of kind of transforming in some regard as he hit the ground, because I don't think a human's making a crater that big.
Yeah.
Just human body hitting pavement like that.
Yeah,
I think
even
like
think of that.
density
I thought that was just
and
them
stuff.
emphasizing how far he
No,
fell.
I
don't
think
think
I
he
don't
was
think
flat.
human.
I think now that you're saying it,
I think
that
he
works in
was
my head.
gaining density and stuff, and then boom.
Especially since when he's on the operating table, you see the table starting to buckle under the weight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're onto something there.
Right? All right, continue. Sorry.
But then we get to Hulk versus Abomination.
Yes.
When
That's
we
a
think of
great
this,
fight.
It is a
pretty good fight.
Cool fight. Two big,
Behemoths,
beefy,
yeah.
Two Hulks.
Woo!
two big old green things fighting it out.
Well, one's kind of white.
There's one part during that fight that I noticed that I thought was really cool and really disgusting. When Hulk is beating the fuck out of him on the chest, it flattens like paper. Anyone notice that?
I didn't, but
And then it like almost immediately comes back out like he's healing. He's like actively
Abomination.
healing.
Yeah.
Yes, Abomination.
He's
Hulk is
actively
pounding
healing.
on his chest so violently that it flattens Abomination like fucking paper. And it was really, really like it was cool, but it was kind of disgusting to watch. And almost immediately, that's reversed.
yeah.
Like he's just healing so much faster. Like Hulk is bleeding and like
Well,
losing
Abomination
energy.
is winning for most of the
Yeah,
fight.
but like the sheer difference in power, like
Hulk
all
gets
of that
mad.
smashing and flattening, and it's an inconvenience.
yeah.
Cool stuff.
My favorite was when is at the end of the fight, and like Hulk's basically winning, and Abomination's trying to get him off of him, and he just grabs the bone that's sticking out of his elbow.
That was horrifying.
Rips it out of his arm and just stabs him with his own chest. Bone. That was such a great moment. I was like,
that was freaky as hell.
So cool.
That was the
freaky as hell.
And arguably the most infamous part of this fight is the first Hulk smash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait. What was the line that there was a line that like cuz he cut a line off basically to say Hulk smash. What was the
Blonsky asks if the general has any last words.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. He's like, "Any last words, General?" And then the Hulk goes, "Hulk smash!" Bah!
And then the theater starts cheering.
Absolute cinema.
Yeah,
Absolute
ground
cinema.
ruptures.
Scorsese's
Abomination's ugly foot plummets through the ground.
So then Hulk defeats Abomination. He kind of lets,
and he's with the chain. It's like he's
Yeah.
trying to decapitate him. Like he's not stopping until he has a reason to.
Yeah.
And then Betty screams at him to stop.
Stop. No, but this one she found her voice.
This one was good. Justice. Like that was pretty good.
This one was good. This one was a really good. Like stop. Like I don't want to scream right now.
I don't want to break the mics.
Yeah. And like it was like you could hear it from like probably like Midtown. Like
yeah, and then Hulk runs off. He does not stay with the army or with
he
Betty.
leaves them.
He leaves
physically
them,
kicks Blonsky to Ross.
He's like, "This is your problem,"
and then he's gone.
And then he leaves.
There was also a moment where I really liked in the beginning of the fight. I know this is kind of going all over the place, but it, like Abomination like kind of comes out and then like full on growls, and then Hulk's like
he kind of like sighs.
Yeah, he sighs.
Such a poser.
Yeah, he's like, oh. He's like, fine, I guess I have to deal with this guy now. And then roars honestly, back at him.
When I know exactly what part you're talking about. I didn't interpret it like that at all. I kind of felt like he was like not sure if he wanted to fight.
Oh,
that's how I interpreted it because he didn't look annoyed. Too. He looked like uncertain. Not like necessarily he couldn't do it, but like obviously every time we see
like
the Hulk,
a sigh of
it's
like,
a fight of
self-preservation,
or he's running.
This is true.
And this is the one time he's needed, and he's not sure if he wants to be. He wants to do it. I don't know if it's because he doesn't want to help, or if it's because he doesn't know if he can. But there's a lot of. It looks like he's thinking about it.
Fair enough.
That's a really cool perspective.
Like that. Yeah, I like that interpretation. Anyway, go back to the ending of the movie.
Speaking of running, Hulk,
he runs off.
He runs away.
Canada. Those poor Canadians have to deal with Hulk.
He goes off to British Columbia, is where Bruce's little cabin is.
British Columbia.
He two big things happen. He gets the necklace back that Betty sold off. When
mails it back to her.
Mails it back to her. Yep.
And he starts to meditate, but something I guess goes awry because he starts to Hulk out.
You know that's not what.
He's controlling. He's
deliberately. You didn't pick that up.
Wait, you didn't realize that?
No.
Look at his. You see it on his face. He's deliberately trying to pull the Hulk out in a controlled fashion.
And then it goes 31-0, and a smile goes on his face.
He gives like the smirk. Yeah. I'm actually surprised he didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out how to control it. So if he can incite
a Hulk
event
and control it.
He has everything much better.
The only reason I thought of it is because in the beginning he's meditating to stop it. So I just kind of
But
I think it's interesting that now it's the reversal.
This is the full circle event of he's gotten control of the meditation and is now in control of hulking out.
So that's how the movie ends, but we have one final little scene at the very end of this movie of poor General Ross drinking away his sorrows. He lost the Hulk, but he got an Abomination that he didn't want.
Didn't want it all.
And then Glup Shido walks into the bar.
Hey, he has a name, and his name is Tony Stark.
Yeah, Tony comes walking in.
The man himself.
Tony Stark.
Hey, Ross.
Where's he at?
We're putting together a team.
I'm Iron Man.
And that's the end of the movie.
Yep.
Again, like I said in the beginning, this movie is okay, but it's not everything I wanted
highs,
it to be.
low lows.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish
the fight scenes are all. It's like 3 fight scenes, right? 3 Hulk scenes, big Hulk scenes.
Everything with the Hulk is really cool.
Really
but
well
everything without the Hulk could be better.
Yeah.
Could absolutely be better.
So that's just my.
I'm not going to say the
general thoughts.
actress for Betty Ross was a wrong pick, but there were parts where she could have been better.
I think it's all direction. It's all how the
I
director.
think it's direction and her whispering voice that took me out. I think as an actor, she did a great job.
Yeah.
I think when she found her voice, I was totally
At the
in
end
it.
of the movie.
It did take pretty much the whole movie for her to find
At least
her
it
voice.
happened. Sometimes
But yes,
movies will happen and
yes,
it just doesn't happen.
It doesn't. But like, besides her whispery voice, all her acting moments, and I felt for her, right?
Yeah.
It was only her whispery voice that took me out. It really was.
A lot of people like to say that, I think I made this point in the Iron Man episode. People like to say that like the villains are very samey and not very good. And we're 2 movies in, and I still disagree. I think Blonsky may have been a better villain than Ironmonger. I think the acting.
they're
first of all,
good.
he's a phenomenal actor.
They're good
It
in their
was
own
great.
2 different
Yeah.
ways.
well, obviously.
Exactly.
I'm not saying like Ironmonger is lesser now that I've seen Blonsky, but Blonsky's actor is amazing.
So
you can
good.
see all of his
yeah.
thoughts and emotions on his face.
He doesn't have to say lines.
He doesn't have to. You can see
You
it.
can
You can
see
see it
it,
in his
yeah.
body language, in his face, and the motivations become increasingly clearer. Not to him necessarily, but to us. Like he's
Yeah.
losing himself in this.
He's losing himself for more power and more power and more power until he becomes an abomination of himself.
Like, I don't know if the one scene with Abomination specifically would be what I say is a better villain than Ironmonger, but like Blonsky himself is just a great villain in the movie.
So that concludes our episode on The Incredible Hulk. I thank you all for listening, and next time we'll be watching Iron Man 2.
Hell yeah! I had an AC/DC CD in my car on the way here. Back in Black specifically.
You're ready
all
for
the Iron Man
Proper
songs.
soundtrack.
You're ready for
soundtrack.
next week.
Right? I'm pumped.
I'm pumped.
I
Kidding me?
Love
Back to
I
Iron
do
Man.
I do love Iron Man too.
I love Iron Man. I love Iron Man so much. So much.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Fare thee well. If you make this into a video podcast, you gotta flash that meme on the screen.
I will make it. I say yes.